Heidi?
Hi, my name is Heidi.
Got it.
Well, through the emergency room and getting connected, they believed I had mental issues as well as physical issues. So in turn, they got in contact with RIPIN, and you yourself, Jeff, had called me, and we conversated on areas that I needed help in.
Okay.
And within turn, that led to a phone call from Kim, which is a coordinator director for my pain management, and I've been going to acupuncture for that, and it's been working out. And she checks up on me all the time to make sure I'm making my appointments, because she knows I might go a little off and forget. And then within turn, they also helped me, RIPIN, got in contact with Beth, which helped me get my mental health and go into a continuum, which I needed to, because I was very fragile and I was off-centered and on a state of, or the brink of almost killing myself, until RIPIN got in touch with me and I got all the medical, physical, and mental health I needed. Well, before RIPIN, it was difficult for me. It's like every place I tried to get to the Providence Center. I was trying to get certain things through my primary care doctor done for me, and they were giving me the runaround. And with RIPIN's help, they basically have my back. They opened the doors for me to get the mental health and physical health that I needed. In the long run, I could say I'm not 100%, no one's 100%, but I'm definitely 80% better than where I was at one point before RIPIN.
My name is Richard Fascia. A long time ago, I happened to be sitting at a meeting. My hearing had started to wane severely by then. And I went to see a Dr. Brian Duff. And he suggested that I consider having a hybrid cochlear implant. I said, well, let's look into it. About 2 weeks later, I was informed that this particular type of implant was not covered by my insurance carrier. And so I decided that I needed to look into this deeper. A few phone calls, a couple of emails to my insurance carrier, and I realized I was David up against Goliath. I was directed to RIPIN. I called the call center, and that person connected me to Melody. And we had a short conversation, and it was really put together when I asked her, look, can we do this by email? And she gave me her email address, and for a year now, her and I have exchanged emails probably twice a week, and every step of the way. Melody is, she's really the, in my case, the cochlear implant warrior. She has gone really over and above. I think that had I been in her place, I might have been far more frustrated. We were all frustrated at this because it didn't make any sense. And as I said, every time I made a phone call, Melody made a phone call. Every time I sent an email, Melody sent an email. Sometimes when I wasn't making phone calls or sending emails, she was doing it on her own. A decision was ultimately made to approve my cochlear implant, scheduled now for July 17th. And I'm looking forward to being able to once again join the rest of society and not sit off in a corner. Maybe I'll even turn on the sound on the TV, although I might not listen to the news.
I'm Roy Harness.
I'm Carol Harness. Our grandson is a cadet at the Citadel Military College in Charleston, South Carolina. And his mother and father, my daughter and son-in-law, my son-in-law is the commanding officer of the 831st Transportation Battalion, and they're stationed in Bahrain with 3 of our other grandchildren. And so they cannot be at the college when they need a family weekend or when the college has activities for the families. So we stand in for them whenever the college has something going on. We normally take my 91-year-old mother-in-law everywhere we go. She goes everywhere we go. Vacation, to the grocery store. Can't leave her alone. She has Alzheimer's. And we knew this was going to be very difficult because we were there a few months ago, and a lot of walking all over the campus. Sometimes you have to park down by the football stadium and hike over to the campus. and that's pushing her in a wheelchair.
Across prairie ground.
Yeah, and we started looking for, somebody mentioned respite care to us, and we started trying to find out about it. We called Medicare, Medicaid. They all say they'll call you back. Nobody would call us back. We were about ready to give up. We mentioned to our neighbor across the street that we were having difficulty about this, and she gave us, she wrote Chanelle's name and phone number down from the RIPIN call center, and she said, call this lady. She said, I know she will call you back. And we thought, sure, right. And much to our surprise, she called us right back. And she got us in touch with the Catholic diocese, who does a program for care breaks for people like this in situations like this. And it all worked out great. We put her in the Grand Islander for 5 days and went down, had a beautiful weekend with our grandson, and came back, picked her up the next day, and she had a nice peaceful weekend. If it hadn't been for RIPIN, I'm sure we would have had to take my mother-in-law with us, and would have been made it more difficult on us, very difficult on her. As I said, any change in her routine is upsetting to her because she has severe Alzheimer's. And this RIPIN, though, was a godsend to us. And we can't thank Chanelle enough, and your organization.
At one time, I was very, a very hard worker I had my own business. I very tenacious, and when everything came to a crash, I felt like I didn't want to live. I didn't want to live anymore. But now there's so much hope. I feel like this program, RIPIN, I feel like there was a light in this dark barn. There was this shiny, beautiful light when I was introduced to RIPIN. All I can say, this is coming from my heart, and I have great gratitude for this program. It has made a huge difference in my life. And I thank you, whoever has made it possible. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.